Hello, good morning, good evening, or whatever. I guess it all depends on when and where you're watching this. I'm in Youngstown, Ohio. It's where I live. My name is Joe. I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel here that's going to deal with die-cast cars, model cars, and a few various other subjects now and then. Uh, it's going to be reviews and maybe a little tutorials and just showing off some of my work. I'm currently in Mill Creek Park here in Youngstown, Ohio. I figured I'd come down here. It's a beautiful day, and it's still early enough that I can get some other things done after this before the thunderstorm set in this afternoon. But anyhow, I'm going to give you a quick view around the park here. This is just a very small section of Mill Creek Park, which I believe is the largest city park in the country. This thing goes on from one side of town all the way down to the other part of it. If you look at it on a map, it consumes a good part of the town. You could enter in one area and come out on the other side of town altogether. This is the wetlands area of the park. And it's just such a beautiful morning. The fish are jumping in the creek here. This park has several lakes. I'll probably show you all that in the future videos, weather permitting, of course. But yeah, that's who I am. I have a Facebook page called Joe's Rust Shop. Mainly I do slot car bodies in the barn find style. That's mainly what I do, but I customize Hot Wheels and other small die cast. Also collect and buy them, even though I should be spending money on more important things. But anybody into the hobby knows it's addictive. It's basically like drugs in the veins, except a lot healthier, and it's perfectly legal. So anyhow, yeah, that's who I am. I don't live far from this park. I live right up the road. I could basically walk down here, but I lug some of my custom Hot Wheels down, which I'm going to be showing you in a little bit here. So I didn't feel like walking down the street and through the park carrying boxes of die-cast cars that have weight, and I don't want to drop them and break them. So anyhow, I'm going to go back over to my vehicle, and I'm going to make a couple videos rather than one long one, because I have like 37 customs done right now. So I'm going to be showing those off, and yeah, that's about it. So sit back and enjoy, and please subscribe and like and comment. And I know I'm not much to look at, and I'm scary looking. Boo. So, you know, hey, too bad. Talk to you later. See you in a bit. Okay, here is one of the first customs I ever did. This is the Deuce Roadster. This was done probably late 90s, early 2000s. Did this one quite some time ago. Got the color change paint. Detailed the interior on it. Added the steering wheel from another car because I never liked Hot Wheels manhole cover steering wheels, as I called them. But yeah, this is one of the early ones. I believe those are Dub City wheels. Did some detailing on the underside. Hopefully that's focusing decently. You know, painted tail lights and headlights and marker lights and all that good stuff. But yeah, that was an early one. I did a lot of other early ones, but I believe I sold most of those. Or actually, I sold all of them. Okay, and here is the 32 Ford. This is just basically a repaint and some decals. I used a lot of decals from model kits. As you can see, painted tail lights, headlights and marker lights, painted the engine block. but gave it a little bit of love. Just something different. Here's one of my favorites. This is the 33 Ford from Matchbox. Wheels and tires are from Revell. Revell had some 1/64th scale rat rods, as they called them, back in the day. They're hard to find now and expensive when you do. But I had a few and I stripped them. But this car looked nothing like this when I started. Decals again from model kit. The little decals on those sheets come in handy for these cars. But yeah, it got a repaint. Candy blue, bare metal, and some chrome trim. But I think it looks a lot better than what came out of the box. Sticking to the 32, 34 Ford type thing, this is called a Fatbacks. Excuse me. Hot Wheels made these for a few years. They had really big fat tires that like stuck out to there. Quite ridiculous. And it had fins, like Batman fins. Well, I ground those off, repainted it plum crazy purple. Wheels and tires, rear wheels are Muscle Machines and front wheels are Dub City, I believe. And just made a more presentable looking ride out of it, I believe. Okay, my take on the gasser wagon. Again, decals from model kits, a total repaint, and wheel swap. Wheels are from a 100% Hot Wheels car I had lying around. Of course, I paint the headlights and all that. Painted up the engine block, headers, and such. Okay, this is Hot Wheels Hard Nose series. They had like 4 or 5 cars. This 49 Merc being one of them. Kind of like the cartoon cars you've seen in those magazines. But yeah, I did a total repaint. I believe it was green and silver, or two-tone green. I got wheels from another Hot Wheels car, added them in, painted it candy red and silver. Hopefully these are showing up good for you. Tried to do this outside. Oops, they want to roll. That's the only downside to this. Trying not to have it roll. But cool little car. I like it. Okay, let's go back to the Moon Eyes. Yeah, this is the Dodge pickup. Basically just repaint and some decals. Added a tonneau cover. That's made from sheet plastic, painted black. Just did some overall details to it. Black washed the grill. Painted the taillights. I think I even painted the interior black. I don't remember what color it was, but gave it a quick once over. Separate it from the cars you buy in the store. Okay, going to do these as a pair since they're essentially the same. This is the Mod Rod from Hot Wheels. Basically just a repaint and detail. The roof panels were clear like a sunroof. I painted them up like a fabric insert. I think they look better that way. One's mango orange and the other's this dark cherry color. I think I wheel swapped the dark cherry one a little bit. Oh, they want to keep rolling here. Oh, what fun. Yeah, sorry for that. Did some bare metal in the windows on the orange one. Just gave them some overall detail they didn't have. Drilled out the exhaust tips on both of them, the headers, so they're opened on the ends rather than flat. Fun little cars to mess with. One of my favorite castings. Okay, this was just generally a wheel swap. I believe they're from Panda's Customs. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. I ordered a bunch of aftermarket wheels from various companies. And painted the tail lights because they weren't painted. I think I painted the front, whatchamacallits, fog lights because they weren't. They did tampo the grill and headlights on this one. And I think I also painted the step pads there on the bed. And painted the whole bed black inside because it was half black, half gold or something like that. So it looks more like a bed liner now. Just another quick repaint with some decals. This was a Raisinets car, a Matchbox version of a GT40. Why they decided to do the candy theme thing, I don't know. But may have overdone it with the black wash in the door seams. But this was a quickie. I mean, I did this thing in, a real short time. Painted it up and got it done. I think it looks better than the Raisinets version. Okay, here we go. The Impala Ss. Just a wheel swap. I believe those are monoblock wheels. And I painted the taillights up. Kind of a dark red, which is kind of appropriate because if you've seen an Impala Ss, you know that they're kind of a dark smoke taillight. So it looks appropriate. And here we go with another wheel swap. GMC Cyclone. I did paint the marker lights and the grill emblem and the tail lights, as Hot Wheels didn't do that. I also painted the tonneau cover flat black because it is a fabric cover on that vehicle from the factory. It wasn't a hard fiberglass cover. But yeah, not much to this one, just a quickie. But gave it a different look. Okay, here's a fun one. This is one of those cartooned cars Hot Wheels made. I had these white wheels and tires from I think it was the Grand Sport Cobra or something like that. This thing was green with gold dollar signs all over it. Tacky as hell. So I stripped it, painted it white, did the marker lights and the grill, fog lights. And decals came from an S10 kit and some extra rat fink decals. Made it look totally different. And here we have another Matchbox 33 Ford. This one with a scoop, done rat style. The number 3 looks hand painted, but is actually a decal that I used a magic marker to outline and give it a little more depth. I dirtied the wheels and tires and gave it an overall rat rod look. And last of this box is this Ram, cartooned. Total repaint. Little decal on the tonneau cover. Just gave it some overall detail it didn't have.